Hi, my name is Taylor, but my friends call me the spreadsheet guru. So today I'm going to show you 6 ways you can organize yourself using Google Sheets, and all of these methods can be used with Excel as well, since the structure and any formulas that you would use are the same. So without further ado, let's get started into these 6 ways you can use Google Sheets or Excel to organize your life. The first way you can use Google Sheets to organize yourself is to use it to track long-term goals and projects. So the setup for this is pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to want to put down whatever you are wanting to track or something that you want to do. And for some of these, it's important or useful to have a start date and an end date. Some of these just have an end date, and the end dates don't even have to be super specific. They can just be, I want to do this by the end of the year or the end of the quarter, and that will be perfectly fine as well. So some things that can go in here are like spring cleaning. I want to clean out my closet. Or sometimes they can be goals that you want to reach. So I want to be able to run a sub 7-minute mile, and I could write down when I started working on that goal and when I finished that goal. And it's always fun to look back on these at the end of the year. The second thing you can use Google Sheets for, and the thing I use it for the most honestly, is tracking your finances. I have been working for the past couple of months to limit my spending, and in order to do that I kind of have to know what I'm spending my money on. So using Google Sheets to track my spending has been such a lifesaver. I personally like to categorize them, and I think you should too. It makes this whole thing a whole lot easier to understand. So I have categories for bills, entertainment, food, things for my car, and so at the end of the month I can actually go through and sort them by each of these categories and see what was going on and what was happening. If you're unfamiliar with Google Sheets or Excel, when you use accounting formatting, it will take any negative number and put it in parentheses, which just makes it look a lot cleaner in my opinion. Okay, maybe I lied about the last one. I think this might be one of my biggest uses for Google Sheets, and that is tracking my due dates. So I am a student, and I'm usually taking, actually I always take a full course load, so I need to stay on top of all of my deadlines, and Google Sheets has literally saved me time and time again. So I will color code by each course, and I will put if it's a quiz, a homework assignment, whatever, and when it is due, and then I will sort it by date so that they're in order. This is really helpful because doing this technique helps me identify which classes are going to dominate my week when I start planning my weeks, which are usually on Sunday. Also for this, you can keep the dates however you want, but I do tend to reformat my dates where it's like the long version, or sometimes I will use it where you can put the day of the week in front, and you can just do this right in the Google Sheets software. Meetings and appointments. This is another extremely useful use for Google Sheets. I'm the type of person where if I'm not writing down the appointment or the meeting, the chances of me remembering on my own are quite slim to none. If something pops up or I agree to a meeting, I can immediately put it in here, and like I did before, I will sort it by date. I will just keep refreshing. Again, when I'm planning my days and my weeks, all of my appointments are right at the top. So this is a very try hard thing, but when I realized that I could do this, I honestly had a field day, and that is using it to organize group projects and assignments. Not only do most people have a Gmail account or access to Google Sheets, but also it's a great way to keep people informed. You can see who's been on the document, who last did what, especially on group projects where everybody has to work more collaboratively instead of a divide and conquer approach. This is super helpful. I like to hop on a Zoom call with all of my teammates, and we will kind of just talk through what we want to do for the project, the direction we want to go in, and then also divvy up all of the responsibilities. And then at the top, we will write down what each individual person's responsibilities are, followed by things that the entire group can do. I also highly recommend having a section of important dates and notes that come from your professor, your boss, whatever, or just general information everyone needs to be keen on. And the last thing you can do with planning group projects is at the bottom having a little procedure section. This approach is just really helpful for projects where everybody has to synthesize similar information in a similar way so that everything sounds cohesive, so that you guys are all reading and digesting the information kind of on the same wavelength. I might have said this like 3 times already in this video, and if I have, I'm so sorry, but one of the most useful, and I do not say this lightly, one of the most useful ways that Google Drive has literally saved my existence has been helping me organize my research papers. The research papers I write are typically a minimum of 15 pages and can go all the way up to like 35. If I did not use this method, I think I would literally die from being overwhelmed. I found this video like 2 years ago, and this woman talked about how to use Google Sheets to format your research papers. I will link the original video down below because she explains it a whole lot better than I will. But essentially what you're going to do is you are going to have a section for all of your sources where each source gets assigned a number. I write down like where I got it from, the author, the year, and then the citation style that is required for this assignment. I honestly just use a citation generator and then copy and paste it in there. Then in the next tab in the workbook, you can put all of your notes for each source, direct quotes, what it means, and specifically where it's going to go in your paper. I'm telling you, doing this pretty much writes the paper for you. You just have to put it in paragraph form. I love this. This is my favorite way to use Google Sheets. Alright guys, so that is 6 ways you can use Google Sheets to organize yourself. If you are feeling overwhelmed by Notion, or you're kind of hesitant to switching over to Notion, maybe give some of these a try and see how you like it. I've been using this system for the past 2-3 years and I honestly love it. It brings me such peace and organization, and it makes me feel like I have control over my super busy schedule. If you found this video useful, I actually have some more videos on my channel teaching you how to use Google Sheets as an organization tool, so you can go check out some of those other videos. Well, go ahead and give this video a like, and while you're down there, you might as well hit the subscribe and bell button because I have a lot of cool things planned for this channel. If you want to see some of my nerdy content, go check out my TikTok. I will teach you productivity tips, study tips, and how to get into college and how to make college suck less. If you want to just see my daily happenings, check me out on Instagram. Bye!